My name is Cheryl Bristow. I've been a resident of Windcrest for over 25 years. The petition process for a recall or a referendum election is a very serious avenue for citizens to request an election. The minimum number of signatures required is set to ensure enough citizens are of like mind to warrant an election. That an election cannot be requested easily or without just cause. Obtaining the adequate number of signatures requires hard work and diligence. When the signature of a deceased person appears on a petition, it's not a mistake, it's a blatant forgery, and rightfully attracts a lot of interest and concern about the rest of the signatures obtained. I was very glad to hear that the problem was detected early and that the original petitions were originally taken into police custody for investigation. I don't know what the nature of your discussion will be when you get to this agenda item, but I want to impress upon you the depth of the damage done. Not only have these individuals had their signatures falsely used in an attempt to call an election, but the trust of this whole community has been severely breached. Has this been done before? Have we, as a community, participated in a called election under illegal pretenses? If one name can be forged, many can be forged. As I said a few minutes ago, when the signature of a deceased person appears on a petition, it's not a mistake, and rightfully attracts a lot of interest and concern about the rest of the signatures obtained. Knowing that I had not signed the petitions, I was relieved to find out my names were not there. My name was not on there. However, I did find the signature of a dear friend. Was it possible she signed it? Yeah, if so, that was her right to do so, and that would be fine. Her daughter's signature was there also. Maybe she signed it too. But both signatures appeared to be in the same handwriting. So I was suspicious. I called my friend's cell phone. Oddly, her husband answered. He was glad to hear from me. He was at Bamsey with his wife, where she had been for several weeks. I expressed my concern for her and was relieved to hear that she was improving somewhat. I explained why I was calling, and he said there was no way that his wife could have signed. She had been in the hospital intubated long before the petitions were circulated. I asked, is it possible your daughter signed for both of them? He doubted it, but suggested that I call and talk to her. So I did. She had no idea what I was talking about. I took a witness and I went to visit her. I showed her the petition pages where their signatures appeared. She had never seen the petitions before, and she verified that the signatures were not hers nor her mother's. This was just as I had suspected, considering that their last name was misspelled in both of their signatures. Her mother's first name was also misspelled. The young lady graciously signed an affidavit for us. Her name is one of the black lines on the boards that my husband just showed you. Her mother's name is one of the red tape. She did not sign an affidavit because she passed away a few days later. So when you discuss this topic, both here as an agenda item and out and about in the community, I request that you please be respectful of those individuals whose signatures were stolen and be mindful of your obligation as public servants to protect our community from being violated and our government processes from being manipulated. I pray that the person or persons who fraudulently signed these petitions and or knowingly allowed them to be submitted for verification will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Thank you.